This proportion problem is actually an example of a rational equation because when you have a proportion, you really do have a fraction equal to a fraction, and that is really a rational equation. So let's go ahead and set this up. I think one of the keys in a proportion is to go ahead and be consistent across the numerators and across the denominators with the same type quantities. So in this case, we have a mortgage of $175,000 produces a $990 payment. And if you had similar terms, in other words, same interest rate and number of years, what would be the cost per month, the payment per month for a $90,000 mortgage? So why don't we say this? We really can create a payment per mortgage value ratio. And let's do that in both cases, in both scenarios. So in this top one, the payment was $990 a month when the mortgage itself was $175,000 borrowed. And let's compare that then. Okay, so what would it be when the mortgage was only $90,000, right? If you got a similar term mortgage but just for $90,000. Well, the reason why I'm putting the $90,000 in the bottom is because that we decided was where I was going to put the mortgage value, right? The mortgage amount, the loan amount. Okay? And so this is reserved for the payment, the proportional payment on $90,000. And so I'll just put an X there. Well, we've said in class that when you have a proportion, a single fraction equal to a single fraction, whether that has some other algebra in it or not, I could use cross multiplication to solve it. So this would turn into 175,000x from this cross product is equal to 990 times 90,000. And I think at this point, I'll just get my calculator. And what we're going to do is multiply these two numbers together and divide by 175,000 in my calculator in all one step. I'll just write down what I'm going to be putting in my calculator, this right here. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so I want to go ahead and clear my calculator from my last problem. And I'm going to do 990 times 90,000. And by the way, if there was any other operation besides multiplication, I'd be concerned about putting this in a parentheses. Or if I'm a little worried about not having parentheses there, I could just hit answer. Hit enter to get an answer. Okay, that's the quantity that's going to get divided by 175,000. And it turns out my mortgage payment for a $90,000 mortgage under the same terms would be $509.14 a month. $509.14 a month. And there you have it. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and do another problem on a second video, and it will be similar triangles, but I'll go ahead and do that separately.